Today we're gonna get into the top 5 things that I dislike, do not like, or absolutely hate about my RX7 FD3S. It's kind of a bad time to be filming this. I filmed this in the summertime, way before you guys are seeing it. Without further ado, let's get into the top 5 things I don't like about this car. Number 5, the way it rides on the street. On the racetrack, no complaint, no problem. But on the street, this thing, you feel every little bump, every little crack in the road. It's a 26-year-old car, so you know as soon as you hit any kind of little bump or thingy, car moves a bit, sounds like a bucket of bolts. To actually go out for a ride, especially on Quebec roads, because for some reason, the government absolutely does not care about our roads. It's horrible. It's bumpy, it's rough, and there's no cup holders, so if you're trying to drink a coffee or something in there, you are gonna make a terrible, terrible mess. Number 4, wiring and a bunch of other issues. Now given, I can't really say that that's a problem with this car straight up, but the car is 26 years old, so there's gonna be some problems. So far, the engine on it has been very reliable, no issues there. This motor was built by Gabé Dubé, but the wiring, I have all kinds of charging issues. I got stuff that goes on and off in the car. Maybe it's not the top 4 thing that I hate about this car, but it would probably be a top 4 thing that I hate about any car. When the wires get old, they crack. And not to mention the guy that had this car before me, he did a real hack job on the wiring, like some real Canadian Tire style stuff. Instead of actually undoing the wires and soldering them and shrink wrapping them like you're supposed to, this dude put in those cheap little like squeeze it together things and it just cuts through the wires and holds them. What a bozo, man. If I knew what kind of shape, what kind of care that the guy that had this car before me gave it, I probably wouldn't have bought it, because I've spent a lot of money on this car fixing stuff that guy screwed up. Thanks. The third thing I hate the most about this car is the interior space. You sit in this car, you feel like you're flying a fighter jet, but it's being in the car that kind of sucks. Okay, the lighting sucks, big time. This is me sitting in the passenger seat. It's hard to tell from up there, but my head is touching the ceiling. Knees are in the dash. I'm sitting on the passenger side of this car. When I sit in the driver's seat with the stock steering wheel and stock seats, my head touches the ceiling and the steering wheel pinches my legs between the seat and the steering wheel. So the only solution I had for that was to put all this nice Sparco stuff. Sparco steering wheel, Sparco seat. That was pretty much my only option to fit in this car. So the number 3 thing that really sucks is the space inside the car. It's not meant for a big dude. Not very comfortable. Thank you, Sparco. Number 2. The second worst thing about this car is rotaries are picky. Very picky. It's almost like if the conditions aren't perfect and your tune's not perfect, it's not gonna run perfect. When you start it up, you gotta let it warm up. You can't just start it, pull it out of the garage and turn it off, because then it'll flood. If your battery starts to get a little bit low, it'll pump a bunch of fuel inside the engine, it'll flood. If you don't properly warm it up before you drive it, everything just kind of burns out real quick on you. Gotta pre-mix the gas. So right there, it cost me, with today's gas prices, 90 bucks to fill up the tank almost. Plus I gotta put 10 bucks of oil in that thing. Come on. So the number 2 thing would be that this car's picky. It's kind of nice to be able to just get in something, turn the key and floor it, right? Right. The number 1 thing I hate most about this car is because it's kind of a rare car now. In North America, they only produced them for about 5 years. It ran a bit longer in Japan, which is why it's a lot easier to get a right-hand drive car here for cheaper than it is to get the North American version left-hand drive. Every time you need parts, not only are you waiting forever, but you're gonna pay top dollar for it. Like a window motor, to put your window up and down in this car, was like 500 bucks. I had a problem with the light switch for the headlights, that was another 600 bucks. The flashers, that was 400 bucks. Window switch, another 400 bucks. You telling me that you're gonna charge me that much money for little switches like that? That's absolutely insane. So by far, the number 1 thing that I hate the most about this car is how much it costs to keep it running. You've got to keep in mind that the car now is 26 years old, almost 27 by the time you're watching this. So things are gonna go wrong. A lot of things have went wrong. So basically, this car, huge financial mistake. Big money pit. There is some good things about it. There's some things that I really love about this car. And you know, I like to save my dessert for the end, so that'll be in next week's video. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. I pre-recorded this stuff really early in the season just to be sure that I could have something to put out for you guys, because winter is my busy season. I'm out plowing snow, I'm running 16-hour days, plus the hour and a half it takes me to get home and to work, so I'm never really here in the winter. But thank you for following every view, every like, every subscription. It just means so much to me. I totally appreciate it. Peace out. stay happy, and I'll see you with another top 5 next week. That'll be a little happier. Right on.